Welcome back, dear viewers, and to know more details about this, I'm delighted to interview over the phone Dr. Hussein El Banhawy, member of the Supreme Council for Culture and Heritage. Dr. Hussein, good morning.
Good morning to you and your audience.
Good morning. Thank you so much. First of all, as we're talking about the Ministry of Culture celebrating the anniversary of victories of the 10th of Ramadan and Martyrs' Day by organizing a variety of cultural and artistic events, would you please talk to me more about these events and how were they organized to commemorate the 10th of Ramadan?
First of all, I would like to thank you and to thank the Nile channel for shedding the light on this event because the 10th of Ramadan commemorates actually one of the most glorious events in the history of Egypt. In this event and this war, we reinstated the dignity and opened the door for both land restoration and peace establishment in the region. It was a great event actually. It must be celebrated by all organizations and celebrated by the people themselves, the people of Egypt, to commemorate also the memory of those who sacrificed their lives for the preservation of their homeland in Egypt and the land of Egypt. As the Ministry of Culture celebrating these glorious days by different events and cultural events in all levels, and by it all departments. For example, there will be an opening of the museums free of charge for a week to commemorate the 10th of Ramadan's victories and Maritime Day.
Yes. Yes, and how do you see the significance of making museums accessible for citizens to commemorate such an event?
Well, celebrating such events actually must, by celebrating this event, we are enhancing and consolidating the belongingness of people to such an event and to such a day. There will be a celebration by military music celebrating the 10th of Ramadan victory at the Opera House, and also there will be different agendas of events by the National Library and by the Opera House also will celebrate this event to consolidate the national values and enhance awareness of Egypt's glorious history.
Yes, and are there participation of famous bands or artists or musical figures in such events?
Well, as we all know that art actually expresses the soul and the collective minds of a nation. So performing different kinds of artistic activities will show that we respect such an event, and also will express how this event was exceptional nowadays, especially for the new generations, to remember and to know more about this event.
Yes, of course, and also talking about the other governorates, we're not talking about Cairo only here. So what role do cultural centers in various governorates play during these celebrations?
Cultural centers actually and cultural palaces will make different performances, art performances and musical performances to express their actually respect to such an event there will be military bands, and also there will be a welcome of audience at the Opera House, Country Yard. Also, there will be different performance on stages. This actually event is respected by all the departments of the Ministry of Culture.
Of course. And also, Dr. Hussein, would you please tell us what was the reaction of audience while attending such events?
Well, this is, of course, the audience, especially new generations, must know about this glorious history of Egypt and this event, because the army's victory in the glorious 10th of Ramadan war was, I could say, an epic. And the new generation must know about this event, and there is great interest in such events and such artistic activities performed and organized by the Ministry of Culture.
Yes, of course. And also, are there future plans to expand these celebrations in the upcoming years as well?
Yes, no doubt in that, because this event must be renewed every year, and also there will be on the 6th of October, the coming October, there will be a celebration, and there are some activities will be arranged to celebrate the event also in October. But we actually celebrating the 10th of Ramadan also during the Hijri calendar to commemorate such an event which we all love to remember, and especially to remember the patriot stance and this patriot states of our army, and those who sacrificed their life for the land of Egypt.
Of course, and also, Dr. Hussein, from another point of view or another aspect to cover this topic, in your point of view, how can such events contribute in also telling stories about the Egyptian history to Western audience, and how do you think this contributes in enriching more the Egyptology or the Egyptian history outside of Egypt?
You see, the Egyptian history is full of events and full of such glorious events throughout 7,000 years of history. The history witnessed such very important and very glorious events. Turning this or performing these events in an artistic way through songs and patriotic songs and music and different kinds of variety of cultural and artistic activities also reflects the glorious of these people, of the glorious of Egyptian people who will be celebrating such events in due time.
Yes, of course, and actually, in the end of this interview, Dr. Hussein, I would like to ask you, how do you feel? Tell us more about your emotions regarding these celebrations and this great event that we're witnessing and celebrating nowadays.
Well, like every citizen, we feel proud of our army. We feel proud as a nation to achieve such a victory, and to when we recall these days, especially for me because I lived the 10th of Ramadan's war, I feel proud of my country, I feel proud of my people, I feel proud of my army. The Egyptian army is now in a state which enabled the stability of the region. So we are proud of our army, we are proud of our country. God bless Egypt and Tahya Masr. Tahya Masr, Tahya Masr. Live
Yes.
Egypt, live Egypt.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hussein El Banhawy, member of the Supreme Council for Culture and Heritage. Thank you so much for all of these details and for sharing with us how you feel on such an occasion or such an event that we're celebrating as Egyptians. And we're very proud to have such occasions to celebrate, as this is one of the main aspects that is enriching our history and also transferring more stories and telling more stories to everyone, either in Egypt or even outside Egypt. So, dear viewers, now let's have a short break and get back to this episode of The Breakfast Show.